It's been a long off-season. Okay, it's been a really long off-season.
We ready to hit some, man.
But high school football is back in Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. Sure, things may look a little different this year.
Put your mask on or make sure you're distancing.
And we'll miss the standing room only environments. Many of our teams start next week. But tonight, the Blitz is on.
This is Action Sports Jack's Friday Night Blitz.
Oh, it's a different year. Different visuals on a Friday night, like this sign to greet you at the Providence School. Social distancing, masks, temperature checks. It's the new norm. It's the way we've been living life the last few months, and it's the way you're going to live life on Friday nights as well. And not as many folks can even go to the games on Friday nights and really every other sporting event right now. Oh, we wondered if we would even get to tonight at times over the last 6 months. But here we are, and we're fired up for it. Welcome to another season of the Friday Night Blitz. High school games from all over the area. I'm Brent Martineau. Some games are the real thing tonight. Some are kickoff classics, and many won't be played until next Friday. So, hey, let's do this. It's go time for us. And new this year, we want you to vote on our Air Engineers' Coolest Fans of the Week. So go online. Throughout the remainder of the show, go to actionnewsjacks.com/vote. Make your pick, and we will feature the winner later tonight in the show. So you only have about 18 or 20 minutes to get involved. We want you to be involved. Get the coolest fans of the week on the Friday Night Blitz. We love to feature the fans on this Friday Night Blitz, even if it's only 30% of what we are used to. We'll do that. Of course, the games are a big focus tonight as well, including a rivalry game in Nassau County. We'll debut a new segment as we check out one of our local sports stars of tomorrow. We've got some good ones here in the Jacksonville area. And we look ahead to the full slate of games next week. Hey, that's next week. Let's get to the games from tonight, starting about as far south as we can go. We start in Putnam County for what was supposed to be a marquee matchup. At least we thought so. West Nassau brought the fans. They brought their A game. Connor Nobles in the second half. Big pickup around the left end. That would set up the Warriors. And watch this play. A little tip drill action from Brady Wright, the lefty, to his top target, Chaz Davis. Oh, good concentration. Pulls that in for the score, and we made it a 36-6 West Nassau lead at that time. The route was on. Panthers QB Marion Wilson finally gets something going with a big run, but when it rains, it pours. Oh, no, early season injuries. Looked like he pulled up on that play. Hope he's okay. PALATKA also with trouble holding on to the ball. Punt return, can't handle the pigskin. I think you're going to see a little bit of this. Remember, it hasn't been a ton of practice time. Carson Murray falls on it for the road team. That would lead to another score, this time by Nobles to start the running clock. West Nassau, they were ready to go, and they looked good. An impressive win over PALATKA, 43-6. Action Sports Jack Stuart Weber was at this game. He has more from the big West Nassau win on opening night.
What a start to the season for the West Nassau Warriors and head coach Rickey Armstrong. The funny thing about high school football coaches, it does not matter what the margin of victory is. In this case, 43-6, a running clock at the end of the game. Coaches will always find something to nitpick and something for their teams to improve on.
We're still trying to work through some kinks. Got a lot of young receivers, some young linemen. We're trying to learn stuff. This is 1 week back, so we've been trying to go over stuff over the summer, but it's on the board. It's on paper. It's in the classroom. It's totally different when you get out here and it's under pressure, and then they go, I don't know what I'm doing. So we're working through it. We'll work a lot on it this week. They got a young quarterback. He's in the 10th grade. He's come up, so he's working through stuff, trying to figure out some stuff. I think this year is going to be great for him because it don't matter whether you win or lose. So if we do bad with him, we just do bad. I don't want to, but he's going through a learning process for 6 or 7 games, and then I'm expecting to do this.
Of course, what Coach Armstrong's referring to is the fact that every team that wants to make the postseason has the opportunity to opt in. So while the record might not matter quite as much this year, you certainly want your team firing on all cylinders by the time November comes. It is still very early in the season, but West Nassau with an impressive victory to start the season. At PALATKA High School, Stuart Weber, Action Sports Jacks. Let's go back to you.
Very candid conversation with Coach Armstrong. Practice social distancing at Baker Field, but it was packed in the stands. Third quarter, Baker County up 6-0. Bradford start the quarter with the ball. Dejan Shanks throws the ball to Shalil Cummings, tackled down at the 1. 4th and goal. Eric Smith breaks through the goal line, ties the game up at 6. Baker County now driving the ball to the goal line. Scooby Graham brings the lead back up to 13. Fourth quarter now. Baker with the ball, they drive down to the 5-yard line where they punch it in the end zone, and it makes it a 20-6 game. It was 33-6 at the end of this one. Baker County gets it done at home in the season. Little lifter. Let's go north of the border now, where practice started on schedule for our Georgia schools, but they too decided to delay the start of the regular season by a couple weeks and just shifted the entire schedule back. Other than that, the playoff format will remain the same. Year 2 of the Russ Murray era in Charlton County. Tonight they take on Brantley County. First quarter, Brantley threatening in Charlton territory until Kyler Williams comes up with the interception. Indians take over on offense. Almost looked like the receiver on that play. Jalen King then drops back. Look at this one. A strike to Najee Smith over the middle for the touchdown. Beautiful throw and catch. Indians begin to roll. 21-0 in the first half. Indians defense says, hey, don't forget about us. We won't. Backed up to their own 2-yard line. Brantley looking for breathing room, and they won't get it. We've got ourselves a safety. 2 points for the Indians, and the lead is building. On the kick, Tony Cobb, who already had a kick return for a touchdown. Nah, he's not going to do it again. He already had one kick return touchdown. Oh, and he does it again as he brings it back. Special Teams Player of the Week, Coach. I got my nomination and the winner. That's a touchdown for the Indians. Charlton County went on into the half up 30-0, and they win 39-0. Let's get some post-game from up in Georgia. Happy birthday to Marcel Robinson, back at his hometown tonight at Charlton County.
What a statement win for Coach Russ Murray and the Charlton County Indians. Coming into his second year with the way the first year went, winning one game, just one game in week 1, mind you. The Charlton County Indians came out here tonight against Brantley County and put a statement win, scoring on special teams, offense, defense. This is what Coach would refer to as a complete win. And it seems that, according to Coach Murray, all the hard work they put in the offseason, well, it paid off tonight.
You know, they were hungry. You know, we took in the mouth a lot last year with a bunch of puppies, you know, and they've grown a little bit. They're not full-grown dogs yet, but they're getting there. But if we get better every day, you know, our goal is to win today. You know, we try to win practice. If we win practice that day, we win the week. Win the week, you win the month. You know, you get to the games, you win the games. You know, that's all we can do.
Now, with such a big win tonight, it would be very easy to sort of get into your head and start sort of smelling your own Kool-Aid, mind you, as some of the kids might say. But Coach Murray continues on saying that this is one of those things where it can springboard you into the next weeks, because they've got quite the gauntlet coming up with the next 3 games, and they're going to have to put a lot more work in if they're going to keep this train moving. For now, at Charlton County High School, Marcel Robinson, Action Sports Jags.
Well, the team's trip to the state championship game may just be the perfect Christmas gift, because the state title matchups are the same week as Christmas this year in Georgia. That comes as a result of moving the entire season back a couple weeks. It'll be a different venue as well. Turner Field, not transitioned into a football field for Georgia State games, will host the title games now. The GHSA has been very transparent throughout the entire process, says despite some bumps in the road, they're doing everything possible to make this season happen for the student athletes.
You know, Colquitt County's not going to play the first 2 games, for instance. They were supposed to play Marietta, you know, this week, and all. Weren't able to do that, but then something happened to Wheeler, and so we were able to get Wheeler and Marietta together. So there's a game, and just imagine that lots of times over.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, so think about it like Major League Baseball, right? A couple of teams couldn't go. They put 2 other teams together. They've had to play double headers. I mean, this is the way it's going to go across the high school, professional ranks, collegiate ranks. We'll see. Football's a little tricky to do that because you just can't play a couple of games in a couple of days. Back here in the state of Florida, the playoffs are certainly going to look different this year as well. Very different. Essentially, any team that wants to participate in the postseason just needs to let the FHSAA know by September 18th. So that's coming up. But at that point, a blind draw will determine seeds for November. And, well, if a region has more than 16 teams say yes, then we'll have some play-in games on November 13th. In the meanwhile, let's get back to more games from tonight. And Let's let the folks in Gainesville sort out all that by season's end, because it sounds complicated to me. Another battle taking place in St. Johns County. Hilliard Flashes hosting Bishop SNYDER. First quarter, Flashes on the move. DJ Costin upended, loses the football. Nico Bates picks it up, makes a huge return for the Cardinals. Now we go to the offense. Takes the field, and Ajon Richardson does his best Lamar Jackson impression, keeping himself, paying the price for the good run, though. A couple plays later in the red zone, Richardson keeps it again, gets in the end zone, dances around a little bit, but found the opening. Cardinals lead 6-0 after the unsuccessful PAT. That does happen. Back on offense for the Flashes. They're chasing the Cardinals on the scoreboard, but not for long. They hand the ball off to Tywan Lee. He gets to the edge and down the side. Look at him stay in bounds. Nice job. Tiptoes his way into the end zone. Hilliard over Bishop SNYDER tonight, 33-13. Cedar Creek and Christ Church Academy felt like a normal game at CCA and a beautiful night. Excuse the focus issue here. This was the first play as I walked right into the game. It was a punt, and Trey Rose caught it. And now you get a good look at him. He's got open field and found some space in for the touchdown, the first score of the season for Christ Church Academy. More special teams for Jim Stomp's team. Onside kick right after that in the first quarter, and it worked. It's recovered by Hudson Brewer. They say it's Eagles ball. Move to the second quarter now. Cedar Creek with the football. Zachary James. He's down there somewhere. Where's number 3? There he is. Rolls out. And look at this catch by Martwez Anderson. Heck of a grab. Then he wanted some help up. Oh, that guy didn't help him. Oh, there's an Eagle who obliges. He said thank you, too. Short time later, Dante Jackson scores 7-6. At that point, Christ Church Academy was in the lead, and they would go on to win it 30-14. Oh, St. Joseph home to start the year against St. Francis out of Gainesville. First drive for the Flashes, and they're on the move. Mac Mims gets to the outside. Huge gain for the St. Joe's running back. Gets brought down. They get right to the doorstep where M.J. Leinheiser does the rest. The QB reaches over the goal line, and they say yes, he's in for 6. Defense getting involved as well. Handoff for the Wolves. That's going nowhere. Targan Ridley with a stop in the backfield. Any high school teams nicknamed the Wolves? No. Second quarter now, St. Francis QB on the run. Ridley again laying the wood. First big hit of the season for St. Joe's. Knocks him 5 yards out of bounds. Can't lose when you don't give up any points. It's a shutout and a 19-0 win for the Flashes. All right, let's go back up north. The Hornets have the Pirates this week. We're talking YULEE and Fernandina Beach. First quarter, Pirate QB Cam Miller looks downfield, sees nothing, takes off, zigs and zags, and breaks a few tackles, eludes some at least, and then he gets pulled down for a big gainer. A few plays later, Miller hands it to Kamari Barksdale. He just walks in for 6 points. That was easy. Later on, Miller in trouble. And somehow, how does he get out of that? Passes to Barksdale in the great wide open. He almost breaks free, but just steps out of bounds as he was cutting back in. No worries early in the second quarter. Barksdale gets the handoff, sees daylight, and that's a lot of real estate right there. Gets it done, but how about YULEE in a barn burner, 41-32. That ended up being a heck of a football game up there in YULEE. Part of Friday nights is the world of recruiting. Jacksonville is one of the hot spots in the country when it comes to talent in football. Each week we get an update on some of the stars of tomorrow. Our first recruit is coming up next.
We're the Bishop Kenny Crusaders, and this is Friday Night Blitz.
You're watching Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz.
You know what we call this around here? That's called the Battle of the Sunsets at the Bowl School time. Really a beautiful night here in September for football. I didn't even think it was that warm out tonight. It was gorgeous. Hashtag Battle of the Sunsets. Join our fun on social media. Welcome back to another season of the Friday Night Blitz. I'm Brent Martineau. In a year that has been so unique, high school football starting up, doesn't it feel like the normalcy we need a little bit? A reminder, we have a vote going for our coolest fans of the week. Now, you only have a couple more minutes before we reveal the winner here tonight on the first edition of the Blitz in 2020. Go to actionnewsjax.com/vote. Pick your favorite at the bottom of the screen. Let's go check out some more highlights. Camden County, Richmond Hill tonight. Here's a play that's interesting. QB Josh Brown keeps it, gets the ball popped in the air. Lineman Amon Davis catches it. We got another look at it. Good hands. hands. Good hands by the offensive lineman. Again, the defense making a show of it as well. Big man Micah Morris chases down the ball carrier. That's a sack in the backfield. Fourth quarter, Richmond to punt. It's a high snap. Tyler Coleman hustles to get to the ball and dives on to stop a Camden touchdown, but it is a safety. Camden would lose tonight 28-11 to Richmond Hill. Hey, the Bulldogs played like champions last year, ended up state runner-ups. Tonight, the Dogs hosting the Bishop Candy Crusaders in a scrimmage. Some practice before, and then they ran some plays like it was a game. Mac Marone is the son of Jaguars head coach Doug Marone, and he's a good player. In coverage right here, Mac breaks up the pass for Bulls. He's been doing this for a few years now. A bit later, he's in the backfield, and number 5, that would be a sack, but playing two-hand touch with the quarterbacks tonight in this scrimmage. Some defense down near the goal line for Bishop Kenny as well. Oh, yeah, got through that offensive line in a hurry. Crusaders make the stop. Bulldogs would get in there, though. Gunnar Borey keeps it and scores it. Touchdown for Bulls. Again, this game does not count. Both teams will get going for real next week. How about Episcopal and University Christian? Same type of idea. Scrimmage tonight. Just trying to get going on the season. 60-yard touchdown run by Avante Tolliver. Cut by a tackle and gets it into the end zone. Now Episcopal with the ball. River Penland escapes the pocket. And, oh, nice catch. Good hands. Easily into the end zone. Sorry, we didn't have a name on the roster. That will happen early in the season. We'll find it. The final plays of the scrimmage were goal line plays, and Penland finds Corey Scott as he dives into the end zone. Again, they'll get going for real next week. Westside got things going a little early last night as they had an inter-squad scrimmage of their own, keeping the social distancing protocols in mind. Coach Rodney DeBose and company navigating the new norm just like everybody else. Some might call it a fine-tuning game as they begin their regular season next week on the road against Baldwin. So here's the deal, right? In Northeast Florida, 11 games or so tonight, some of them kickoff classics and scrimmage form like we've been showing you, others the real thing. Next week, as we've been saying, the full slate rolls out. It will really feel like the Friday Night Blitz. Teams just getting in pads this past Saturday, so the slow ramp-up could lead to some sloppy and sluggish play at times for every team. The standings don't really count, as Stuart mentioned earlier in the show. It will really feel like 2 seasons, regular season and a postseason for those who want to participate in the postseason. But this is all about getting the games in a year where we thought we could lose games, and that's important for the kids, the coaches, the parents, us. We love these Friday nights, but it's also about the money. High school football generates dollars for athletic programs, even with limited capacity. Making it through the season will be a huge win for high schools all across the state for their entire athletic departments. What do we have coming up next week in terms of some of the games? How about this one down in St. Johns County? Bartram Trail and Creekside. They're going to meet to start the year. Got to love that. Oh, my goodness. Bowles and Trinity Christian next week at 7:30. These look like playoff games. Mandarin Atlantic Coast, always a rivalry game. Keep in mind the Duval County start times. This changed last year, remember, and it's going to happen again this year. 6 o'clock start times in Duval County. And then in Southeast Georgia, we've got Glen Academy at Camden County, and that's a 7:30 kick. So really good games next week as things get going. Since last season, we've seen the next crop of local quarterbacks commit to play college football, including Walter Simmons III. Let's go to David Garrard's School of East Carolina. Trinity Christian signal caller JACORY Jordan pledged to Bowling Green. That was back in April. And Atlantic Coast quarterback Rich Jacobs made his decision to attend Holy Cross. Give an honorable mention to Santino MARUCCI, who committed to Wake Forest before transferring to Bartram Trail for his senior season. Speaking of top prospects,
Marcus Burke is a 6'3", 180-pound wide receiver at Trinity Christian Academy. In 2019, he caught 37 passes for 831 yards and 9 touchdowns, helping TCA make an appearance in the 3A state playoffs. He was awarded a Times Union All-First Coast second-team selection for his efforts. Marcus has a great combination of size and speed, making him one of the state's best deep threats. Not many high school cornerbacks can match his size, and if he gets a step on a defender, he's likely taking it to the house. Marcus is a 4-star prospect, ranked as one of the top wide receivers in the country. He has received many offers from top-tier college programs, and this summer, he announced he is 100% committed to the Florida Gators for 2021.
The coolest fans of the week is brought to you by Air Engineers.
All right, well, we asked you to vote, and, well, what did we come up with? Hilliard, PALATKA? No, Baker County. Oh, it's a great place to watch high school football. Baker County, our coolest fans of the week. They win 40% of the vote. Way to get it done. And Baker County has a good crowd there tonight on a Friday night here in September. By the way, just got this in. Nick Elksness was the Episcopal young man who caught that pass. We think, but it would make some sense. He's committed to the Florida Gators, was committed to Penn State. Really good tight end for Episcopal. Hey, Brunel, get your rosters on the website. How about it? Just about done on this first Blitz of the year, but more to come still. And we want to remind you that there is more of the Blitz at 11:20 on CBS 47 as we blitz through the highlights of the night. You can also see it on Fox 30. You can also catch the show on Facebook anytime.
Rich Jacobs,
Pat Bryant,
we are the Atlantic Coast Stingrays,
and this is the Friday Night Blitz.
Be on the lookout. Yeah, let's go.
You're watching Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz.
I was playing DB, and it was the second round of the playoffs. And they did like a double pass, and I was at corner. And I kind of took the bait a little bit, but I recovered and, one-handed picked the ball and returned it for a touchdown to help my team win.
Big day tomorrow for the Jacksonville Jaguars as we celebrate some high school memories from the team. Terry Godwin's one of them. I mean, will he make the team? He's had a nice camp, but are they too crowded at wide receiver? By 4 o'clock tomorrow, they need to have the roster down to 53 players by making final cuts, and there's no truth to the rumor they're trading everybody on the team. After that, they'll be able to sign 16 players to the practice squad, including 6 veterans, something new from past years because of the pandemic. We'll have all that covered tomorrow night, 10:30 on Fox 30, 11:30 on CBS 47. An Action Sports Jax prime time. Some good plays to get us going in week number 1, but it's time to find out which one was the best play. Let's do it.
The play of the week is brought to you by Farah and Farah.
Oh, let's go to West Nassau, PALATKA. The tip drill from Brady Wright to Chaz Davis. Excellent concentration. At the time, that made it 36-6. We're going to see it again. We're going to see our play of the week twice in slow motion. Chaz, watching it all the way in. We're catching it with him. West Nassau gets the big win tonight down in PALATKA. And we get the Friday Night Blitz every Friday night, not just at 10:30 on Fox 30, but it's coming up again, another edition, if you missed some of the early highlights, at 11:20 on CBS 47 and Fox 30. That's going to do it. High school football, it is underway. We are excited about that. Again, full slate coming up next week, and so we will have cameras all over the place. And with a limited capacity, set your DVRs. Keep it locked right here. Fox 30 and CBS 47 got a ton of high school coverage for you on Friday nights. Let's leave you with the band of the week. And some of the bands didn't play at the games I was at today, so I think that might be part of the limitations and restrictions. But here is the band at Baker County was loud and proud. Take a listen as we send you home. Keep it locked on CBS 47 and Fox 30 at 11 o'clock.
Watching the Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz.
Action Sports Jax Primetime, Saturday at 10:30 on Fox 30.